voice jet, whether you're an offensive lineman and you can't hear the snap count, and they're yelling at you when you're sitting on the bench that you might not look as lean as you should or whatever.
Alfredo, how are you?
How you doing, buddy?
Come on in.
How are you?
Come on in. Good. Do you have the documents with you?
Yeah, I have it. I have a friend over there. I just want to see that you have everything, so we can.
Absolutely. You have friend right out here?
Yeah, no, he's in the car.
Okay, I just want to talk to you though.
No. He's not going to come in. I just.
Okay. All right, let me grab it. I'll show you.
Thank you.
Let's bring back in Kirk Herbstreit one more time. Kirk, LSU has not lost at Tuscaloosa since 1999, but it'll be...
You're a smart man. I don't blame you one bit.
You know Brad long time?
Yeah, I've done some work on and off with the firm. And he's not my only client.
Yeah, this is a very sensitive and crucial information that it wouldn't get otherwise.
Yeah, look, 5 years. So here, I'm gonna unwrap it. I'll let you count it when we're all done.
Okay. So I just want to see that.
But yeah, that's all. There's thousands. Under here's fives. This next one's fives. I'll show you wrappers. Those are fives. And go underneath. There's another one. Tens. Okay.
I'm going to give you this. Let me explain what I mean. I'm going to give
Give
you
me 1 second. Let me put this back before we talk.
Okay. This is because I'm not going to contact Brad again. Okay. I mean, if I want to call him, my number. Okay. This I highlight.
Good.
I highlight in this book that I have access, crucial information. I put it into my handwriting. So, but of course, it's not my name, nothing there. But this is to help Brad. So you need to point these things to him. And also, I compile a list of the people, a list of the girls in Palm Beach that were going when I was household manager. Okay, but what I took my time to organize this with stickers and I see dates. Now, this book, it was Jeffrey Epstein Properties, but of course I'm the manager. I have all the cars they have to have, all his planes they were supposed to have it. So I'm not stealing anything. That was my tool of the trade. So this is the information that I'm giving to him, but we have to point that to Brad. I went out of my way to point it out who is who. Beyond that, I don't want them to call me, I want you to remember this, if you want to write it down. This lady lawyer who was on my left next to Brad, she asked me if I know who was computer whiz. We used to have Citrix, all these properties all over the world. He used to be the only one having access to his computer. Probably before the FBI went to his house, they took his hard drives, I don't know. But if you contact and they subpoena this guy, he has all the information.
Do me a favor, go get the documents,
Yeah.
bring them in here, we're going to lay them out on the table, we're going to look at everything.
Okay.
I've got questions from Brad I need to ask you.
Okay.
That way you don't ever have to worry about meeting Brad again, not have to talk to Brad
Okay.
again.
All right.
We'll get that squared away,
Good. Let me
okay?
get- all right. little McCoy. This, they call it burn all of this, okay?
Did they burn this, is that what you said?
Yeah, they make it this here. I kept two because, and then I give one to Detective Ricardo, and he said he doesn't have it, but he probably, I don't know what it is. But anyway, here is all the, let me just highlight this for you. Brad is more interested in this, Massage, Florida. All the phone numbers of the girls, and when I have the subpoena, he has my right, and they went to the garbage to find these records. Some of these girls, of course, they asked me, do you know? I said, no or yes, but here is the evidence of names, last names, area codes, okay?
Who created this book?
Epstein himself.
This book was made by Epstein?
All his Mercedes, all his planes, they were supposed to have this. We make all of this disappear.
So he had a copy of these for everywhere, everywhere he
Well,
was.
of course he said, I don't have it. You know. Now, can I show you something?
Absolutely.
This is I got something here for you, but I'm going to tell you what is that. If you go one by one, for instance, John Luke, he used to own the carrying model agencies all over the world. He was the scout to bring in young girls to Epstein. That's what he said, carrying model is bullshit.
How do you know that?
Because he called me, I said, Alfredo, I have 2 females for him. Personally, I will pick him up in the airport.
So you would pick up the girls?
With him, yes.
Okay.
All the time. Okay, now.
Now you knew he was having sex with these girls?
No, he was not involved. He will leave these girls. He will, Epstein will operate a plane. He will go back to Paris.
No, I'm talking about Epstein.
Yeah.
You knew Epstein was having sex with these girls, that this guy
I didn't see them, but of course you are an adult. I have 2 girls, all the Luella and the Gardner we saw, and we looked the other way because once after he leaves the house, we will find condoms and very rare. But I went through these 2 hours of testimony, you know.
Okay.
But this is the people that I couldn't say it in front of the camera. I know because I have these documents at home. Because this is the agreement that I have with Brad. He doesn't know this. He cannot be tell anybody that whoever give you this, I don't know.
Well, where exactly did you find that?
This was in my desk. I have let me explain. Epstein owned a house all over Palm Beach, Paris, New York, Sorrel Ranch in New Mexico, the islands. Okay. He provides for my house. My kitchen is 3 times bigger as this. And I have a desk there. This and other books that I have information. But this was supposed to go. I have to call the pilot. I have it there, and also my computer. But just in case of power failure, he was very organized. So I was supposed to leave this from every plane and every. So
How did you keep that from getting destroyed?
Because okay, good question. One day I took the Suburban. There were 2 Suburbans, identicals for the staff. One had OnStar, the other one didn't have it or something. And Epstein said, "Oh, Alfredo, you took the one I like," and he used the excuse because he probably knew that I knew a lot of things. So he let me go. He paid me 3 months after that, no problem, good recommendation, whatever it is. But he knew already that I didn't have a clue, actually. You know, that he was an investigation. He didn't investigate. Proof of that is that when they show me when I was subpoenaed with Brad, they show a statement, bank statements with my signature because I said, Alfredo, give me $30,000. Go to Colonial Bank, here's the cash. 20 times. My signature. They retrieve those from the bank and also the notes from the phone, from the garbage. The FBI was already telling him. I didn't know that.
The FBI was telling you?
The FBI was already involved with this. After the Palm Beach Police Department said we couldn't find anything about Epstein, of course Palm Beach was bought out or something. FBI got involved because these girls, they came from out of state, from out of the country, so FBI got involved. So I saw them both. Palm Beach Police Department, they asked me to subpoena, and I said, how did it work? Yes, but they don't have nothing of this.
Now, you were interviewed by the FBI?
Yeah.
And because I remember you telling me that on the phone. How come you didn't tell them about that about that?
No, because they didn't ask me. Do you have any phone numbers? I don't have it.
So you lied to them, essentially.
Well, yeah, because my wife told me this. Look at this. I said, Alfredo, why don't you say to Brad, we right now, let me explain this. We're just about to lose the house in Miami. And I said to Brad, listen, help me, and I provided with the keys. Why can you provide me? I have it. You have this number? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. But help me out, and this is what we can do.
The only reason I'm asking these questions is not because I'm curious by any means. I have to verify that that's a lot of money in there, and that the money that I'm giving you, that this stuff is real, and you didn't just go into a phone book and make up a bunch of names. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not that I don't trust you, but my job is to vet out any sort of.
Well, this. You want to call some numbers? I don't know.
No, I don't need
Okay,
to call.
but anyway, let me go on and you will see how deep is this, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Jean-Luc Brunel. So here I have another thing. Her Highness Duchess of York, personal friend of Epstein.
Mhm.
All the time, is Jeff in the house? I don't think she was involved, but look who called to the house. It's in the papers that with my signature, okay? All right. You will see a lot of important people here, but let me just show you the personal secretary of Epstein. Her address in New York, emails, all of this they asked me, you know, how can I remember that it was this here? Okay. Ghislaine Maxwell was his former companion, very powerful lady from England. She would go to the former Eastern countries in Europe and find girls for Epstein. And I knew that because I went with my wife. They used to have a computer so powerful, they used to have a water radiator to cool the computer because they used to download pictures like that so fast. Girls, she has nice breasts, she has this and that.
You saw that stuff?
Yeah.
On the computer?
Yeah.
Pictures of the girls?
Mhm.
Were they naked and stuff like that?
Yeah, I testify that.
You testified
Yeah,
that
I
already?
did, yeah.
Okay.
That Brad knows about. But I couldn't prove that. That's why they need the guy that fixed the Citrix systems. He lives in Ohio. I'm going to him. Okay? Ghislaine Maxwell. Okay. They asked me if I knew the guys who ran his state in Manhattan. I said, I know it's Joseph and Florina. I don't remember this. Here, Joseph and Florina, real domestic managing couple for Ghislaine Maxwell. Okay, you can ask them. They're probably there. They're still there. There are a couple of Filipinos. Okay. Massage, California. I didn't personally knew that this girl was coming from California. These are the numbers. Okay, and
Those are always, those are California numbers?
Yeah.
A lot of these are just,
No,
first
but,
names.
no, but of course, but this is, you have to think about it. This information is only for Epstein, his associates, very close
Right.
associates, you know.
So those are mostly underage girls, those
Yeah.
numbers?
They were very young. Let me, you gotta know this. You have to know this. My wife and I, we used to own a small coffee shop, mom and pop operation, and we wanted to buy the property because at that time they were asking $300,000 commercial. So I showed the papers to Mr. Epstein to help me. He said, Mr. Epstein, can you help me? You know anybody that can give me mortgage? And he said, call this person. So I called this person, beautiful girl, 28 years old, and I said, is Jeffrey in town? Of course, he was very eager to see him. So in no time, he showed up in the manager. I wasn't going to throw her out. So I escorted to the outside of the house, and we sat in the courtyard, have a drink, and she told me, Alfredo, I'm going to need your social security to run your record. Okay, so we met for 10-15 minutes. I was escorting out, and he saw her. And he said, hey, let's say, I don't know, Courtney, whatever it is. Hi, Jeffrey, blah, boom, they hug, blah, blah, blah. Okay, Bob, thank you, boom. She goes, Mr. Epstein calls me. Alfredo, come to my office, please. How did you dare to bring her to my house? Blah, blah. Mr. Epstein, you gave me his number. Yeah, I didn't tell you to give me. I don't want to see her again. Because after 22 years old and on, he doesn't want any girl. He is diseased, he is sick.
So you
And
didn't
then
get the
girls-
fact that she was there because she was an adult.
Yes, exactly.
Gotcha.
So all the girls, all we used to have in the refrigerator was ice cream for the girls, cereal and skim milk. Okay, and these knows David the chef, everybody in the house. Now, of course, I was the boss, so I had to know these things.
Sure.
Okay. So massage Paris. Some of these they were in the house in Palm Beach. Okay, but there's the lawyers. They want to see connections between these phone numbers and some of these girls that they're suing, because they find these numbers. One of the biggest girls suing, they will say, "Oh my God, they put 1 and 2." Okay. Okay. Alberto Pinto is one of the most famous architects in the world. He designed his house in Paris. Call me all the time, all his numbers, very important people. Balson Cotrin, he was my colleague, house manager of the property in Paris. They asked me that question in the subpoena. I didn't have it. There it is. Okay? Let me go on. Sorry, I'm kind of nervous, but...
No, don't be nervous.
But,
We're going to take our time and go through
Alright.
this one thing at a time.
All right. Another thing Brad wants to know, massage in the island. Little St.
That's
James.
private island?
Yeah, it's by Google, it's called Little St. James, but he renamed the island Little St. Jeff because it's Jeffrey Epstein. Massage Island. I don't know if any of these girls that came.
It's got guys on there too, huh?
Yeah, but you know.
You like boys too, or just girls?
No, I never saw guys here, but probably in some other places, probably he used male. Okay. Now, in Manhattan, when any of the employees, females or males, were supposed to stay for business, he owned a building, apartment building, empty, only for his models. There it is. I put apartment for this, my handwriting. Okay.
For his models, you mean the girls that he...
Exactly. Used to stay there, and her friends, and the way he operates is like a young looking, so he will be the young looking. Younger girls will be comfortable with versus a 55-year-old guy.
Gotcha.
So they used to stay in the other apartment with all the amenities. Used to take them and entertainment in the best restaurants, Aureole, and whatever, Upper East Side, very expensive. Okay. To me, Paul, she's the mother of the kid that everybody asks me, who is this kid? There is a girl in the second floor. She's showing a naked chick, and I say, I don't know. But Epstein was the grandfather of what do you say? Padrino?
Grandfather?
No. It's like
Godfather?
Godfather. Epstein is the godfather of the... So he has these several pictures, and everybody's disgusted because they think that this guy is using his own kids to use pornography inside the house. Eva, Swedish, very tall, she's in her mid-40s. She's still very attractive, married to a millionaire. She used to be in the house, so this is the mother, former model, and the mother of the kid. Okay? Ehud Barak, I took him... One second. Yeah. Ehud Barak, former Prime Minister of Israel, he flew in the Gulf Stream 3. The Secret Service was there a couple of nights, and I gotta tell you this. It was one of Epstein's girlfriend. He said, take to Miami and you kept the Mercedes for the weekend. Very good, Mr. Epstein, thank you. So he took off. He takes off, and the Secret Service said, Alfredo, they were all attracted by the girl. So I said, I opened the road for you, so we came 95 miles an hour from Palm Beach to Miami. That type of things, that was normal. I mean, if at that time I would say to somebody, I'm doing this, I say, yeah, sure, you're a liar.
Right.
It was, fantastic things, only because the girls. So Ehud Barak, very important guy. Here's another one. Michel Campos was a secretary that he was disgruntled because he was fired for some other reason. You can have her as a witness. She will testify very, very, so I put fired.
What does she know about?
Oh, she knows everything. She's... Epstein has a personal secretary, used to have and everything. But the secretary that knows everything, the big picture is or she's Mr. Epstein. Okay? So if you call her, she will say, well, you know, Leon Black used to call the house, the owner of Apollo Management, big, a lot of money. Okay. But Alan Dershowitz, they asked me, do you know Mr. Dershowitz? Yes, he was in the house. What kind of, he drink wine. Where did he sit? By the pool. Where's the girl? Do you know our phone numbers? No. I know, he said.
Who asked you this?
In court, in the deposition.
Oh, okay, the attorneys asked you this.
Yeah.
Okay.
The lady, there was a lady, she asked me, she was very interesting about Dershowitz, and I said, I don't know, because that particular moment I have to look for the reference to see, you know, so, but anyway, here it is. I have his card too. He was at the house several times. Epstein.
Did you ever see these people doing anything bad at the house?
No, Dershowitz, because let's say he used to go and take the son, and he has a glass of wine, the son, and upstairs it was funky-panky. But he was, to be honest with you, I never seen him upstairs. All this thing, around the pool they were naked, or topless, sometimes completely
These
naked.
young girls?
Yeah.
You saw that with your own
Oh
eyes?
yeah, that too. And everybody knows, the neighbors, you know. I'm going to give you a number for Joe Piscopo. He's Joe
Piscopo?
No, that's an actor, no. His name, the neighbor, he saw me doing a lot of times, Alfredo, again, the crazy naked girls. He's still employed at 3 witness. I have it here. The girl who used to come to the house and clean the pool, she's, Alfredo, I'm coming tomorrow. What happened to how naked Alfredo, you know? Huh? So,
Yeah,
so,
commonplace.
yeah, exactly. Now, again, in Palm Beach, he's not the only one doing this, but he was more than that.
Right.
You know? Alan Dershowitz, Jeffrey Epstein portables, all the phone numbers, his brother, okay, Eric Ganny is the lawyer. He used to stay in my house, in the staff house. He was there for fixing problems, sometimes a girl and this and that. Anything that has to do with the law, Eric take care of that. And he came from Connecticut.
Do they know about him?
Nobody knows about this guy. Eric, that's what I put. Eric Ganny is a lawyer. He's very close to him. What do you mean by he take care of problems? He would can, no, let's say one day, but he will do a lot of dirty work for him. And okay, he's okay. Cindy Lopez, Karim Models, he works with John Luke, also recruiting. I put the arrows of the phone that I remember, and some are here. They know. I know those numbers when they call to the house. Okay, so it's a good reference there. Okay. Senator George Mitchell. Okay, every day he's Epstein is Democrat, so he was asking for money all the time. Now this is a very important one. Leslie Wexner, he was Jeffrey Epstein's boss. He owns the Limited, Victoria's Secret, big bucks.
Right.
3 times more than Epstein.
Wow.
And NA Properties in Ohio, I used to call for my insurance, New Albany, Ohio. They asked me about the thing, and I said, I didn't know. There it is, address, phone number.
When you say they, you gotta clarify, was this the
lawyers, the other lawyers,
the
yeah.
FBI?
No, the FBI, no, the FBI didn't know nothing. The FBI just went through the files of Palm Beach Police Department, and they didn't subpoena me. We sit down in a coffee shop in Palm Beach, and we sit down there in a suit and tie, and a gentleman and a lady, college graduates, super educated people. Unbelievable they were. I couldn't, if they didn't tell you, they don't show you the ID, you cannot tell they're FBI guys. Young guys, good looking. So they asked me the same thing. How long did you work there? And I said, well, you're asking the same questions at Palm Beach Police Department. And they said to me, well now, Alfredo, this is in our hands because it's beyond state borders. You know, because he knows
he was traveling.
Exactly, because
Right.
he brings her from Paris, from the island. As a matter of fact, I used to go to the international terminal when they came from the island instead of the other jet aviation. So there is, okay,
But you had this book
all the time.
the whole time.
I was supposed to have, let's say I'm on the road, this was my Bible, you know, because
Yeah,
I don't have
you
the
said
computer
you
with
got
me. Now,
How come they didn't take that away from you when they were burning all these
okay.
books?
One Sunday, when my last time I was there, Mrs. Maxwell just bought a new Mercedes. Alfredo, can you take me that Mercedes, brand new, buy two, it was 66, 65. Can you take it to Miami, to the private aviation on Northwest 36? Yeah, no problem, man. And thank you, blah, 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 blah. They were trying to leave in good terms with me because they want to don't talk too much. So I took a couple of these with me. You know, I said, there were so many, but they all, you know, now here I go to the main thing. This is the guy, the computer guys that knows Citrix. He used to fly in Epstein's or private or the commercial and fix the computers. Okay, Tim Newcomb.
Was this the guy that erased the hard drives?
This is the guy.
Okay.
Okay. Nobody else was supposed to touch those computers. They have triple firewalls. And the phone company also have a special guy, I'm going to tell you who it was. I mean, the phone company at that time was, it's not Bell, it's a small company. But he was very particular of nobody else. I used to have the people, they were filling this page, the contractors who was allowed to stay on Epstein's property. John Cassidy, AC, and so on, you know. If you hire somebody, I would be fired in 2 seconds.
But back to the computers, I was talking about this.
Yeah.
Did you ever see anything on those computers? Any images of girls or?
Exactly, I saw that.
You saw?
Remember I told you that there was, Ghislaine Maxwell had an office under the stairs next to the kitchen. There's the computer who was a radiator with water. First time in my life I saw that, to keep it cool, because they used to download pictures like this, just like that.
What kind of pictures?
Naked girls from Sweden, from Romania, from Czechoslovakia, from Brazil, from
All
Colombia.
minors? All young girls?
Very young, very young.
Like when you say very young, how young are we talking?
16, 17, they're teenagers, they have braces, most of them.
Younger than that though?
Yeah.
Okay. And
Now-
this guy from Citrix, he erased all those images.
I'm assuming.
You're
because,
assuming.
Yeah, because,
Were you there when he came and did it?
no, that was after my time.
Okay.
But this lady attorney asked me, do you know who's the guy fixing the computers? And I said, I don't remember his name. But he said it is. He's labeled here. Okay?
Yeah.
So, okay, let's go on with this. My head spins every time I
It's a
hear
lot of
it.
information, Alfredo.
It's going to take me a few minutes. Where was I?
Weird, Citrix was the last thing we
Yeah,
wrote.
exactly where Citrix. Okay, Eric Ganny. George Smith. Okay, Citrix, okay? It's labeled right there. Okay, Doug Shuttle, the architect, he was in the house, he knew a lot of things about the house, he can be subpoenaed, and he was with me all the time. That's a simple guy, but you know.
Right.
Yeah, okay? Caroline Stark, she used to call to the house. She was friend with some very young friends. I don't know what's their role, but I just happened to, when I was looking through this book, and I said, wait a minute, I took messages from so-and-so, they said friend of Carolina Stark, and underneath here says Krista's friend, okay? I'm pretty sure she can be a very important. Of course, Donald Trump, I know that they subpoenaed him. Larry Vysotsky was chief pilot, super nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry it's between this, but he knew a lot of things. He would buy cars for Epstein. Sometimes in the absence of Epstein, of his Alfredo, bring to Suburbans and one Mercedes. I'm going to close with the 727 inside the hangar. We're going to put a red carpet. We should coordinate that type of thing. Super guy. He lives in Singer Island. Now, I know that they subpoenaed him, and I said, we didn't know the ages and this and that. But, okay, there it is. Abigail Wexner, Leslie Wexner's wife. Okay, all these numbers, they were I'm pretty sure they are recorded in some way because he used to call almost every day, you know. Very powerful people, baby. Here's in, I don't know, Colorado, London, Georgia. You know, this address is where they filmed Gone with the Wind.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he bought that mansion. Leslie Wesner, The Limited Inc. This is in Columbus, right? I don't have my glasses. Okay. White House. This is the real White House in Pennsylvania Avenue. Okay. Jeffrey Epstein's in New York. Okay. All his phone number. Okay. These persons they used to call constantly. I don't know what they were in the inner circle. They're doing dirty work for him. So I highlight those things for him, for Brad. Lynn Fontanilla and Jojo Fontanilla, another couple from the Philippines. They ran the house for Epstein.
Okay.
Okay.
The one in New York?
Yeah, and it says here, AKA, also known as Rosalind and Luciano.
Okay.
Tom Sawyer, Pat, he fixed the phones. Nobody else. Telephones, Barbara's wife. Okay?
Gotcha.
Massage, United Kingdom. Again, this is a different house, but a different country, but I'm pretty sure some of these, they will find connections with the girls. Ghislaine Maxwell, phone numbers and address in London. Okay, Palm Beach, 140, and I have more here. All these girls, 60% of these phones are in the lawsuits right now. So it's very, if you show this in court, you know, I don't know if they're going to hurt me.
60% are, so there's 40,
Yeah.
you say 40% of those numbers are unknown to
Yeah.
the police or to
Nobody, because nobody knows
attorneys.
that.
Gotcha.
Okay? And all these numbers, one way, at least twice, they contact El Brillo way. If you subpoena the records, you will put one-on-one. They call for, you know, plus my taking the signature of
Sure.
the message. You say, well, you've been in the house. It's hard to deny that. Okay, this was my private phone number. Okay, I put Alfredo Rodriguez here, and Luella was my and this is the email that all the email used to get to this Palm Beach manager at earthlink.net.
Okay.
Michael and Sally, 8 people before me. There were a lot of people in and out because it requires a special kind of people to. Mike Pezzulo is the neighbor. He says, El Brillo neighbor. He knows a lot of things. He saw me on the street. We used to talk constantly. He used to come to the house. He flew to the island with Epstein one time to help over there. So, all right. Alan Stopek, landscape architect. He was in the house, but you know, again, critical witness. Jeffrey Epstein, Sorrel Ranch. This is in New Mexico. This is the biggest ranch in New Mexico. He was related to Bill Richards, governor of New Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Massage, New Mexico.
Those are all girls from New Mexico?
These are, yeah, all of these.
Those are girls' numbers, or these are girls' numbers?
No, all of these to here. I
Okay.
Okay. This is oh yeah, there's more here. Yeah, you're right. This. Now I don't know this because I never interact with New Mexico. Okay.
Right.
Okay, Jerome. This was I used to pay him. He was the guardian. He's a black guy from Haiti. You know, laid back, but you know, you asking, he will say the truth. A Christian guy. Okay.
What is this?
Okay, now this is notes that I took from my notes, little things that they were attached. Some of these, they were they asked me if I know the Sherry Lynch, Brit.
Where did you get these names and numbers from?
I used to have loose papers, you know, sometimes notes to myself. Then please pay $500. I used to have all the time cash with me. In the house, we used to have a safe with $30,000-$40,000 at all moment, at all. Okay, the handgun that was to be in Epstein's house when he's in the house. When he flies away, put it back into the safe. And these type of things. You know, I used to handle cash account, checking account, and the credit card for the gas for all these vehicles. Money was like nothing, Paul. Alfredo gave me 30,000. Go to the bank and I see the envelope in the trash. Nothing.
Unreal. Was that the same thing?
Okay,
that one?
no. This is something this lady attorney asked me if I know his email addresses, and here they are. Jeffrey@mindspring.com in Palm Beach. gproject@yahoo.com in New York. solarranch@aol.com in New Mexico. Tim Newcomb, Citrix system programmer in-house. This is
Just the
put it in.
computer guy.
Yeah. Charlie Palmer, he used to be a chef in New York. He used to cook the house, and he knew about if you subpoena this guy, he knows what's going on in the house. Joe Pagano is a chef also from Aspen. He used to go and cook for him. Now this is another one. Christopher is a French guy. He used to work in jet aviation, and whenever I needed some extra people moving cars, he was always available. He wanted to have my job, so he was 2-3 years before me, so he knew a lot of things.
Gotcha.
Okay? Secret Service personnel escorted Mr. Barak Ehud, former Prime Minister of Israel, on Jeffrey Epstein plane. I don't know who the Secret Service, but I'm pretty sure they can say that we were in Palm Beach and such, and not with Epstein.
What went on that plane? How's that valuable?
Because here Mr. Epstein says, Mr. Barak, I'll fly you to New York, and some of the girls that came along the way, very private plane.
Would be on the plane?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're thinking about a former head of state.
With these young girls?
Yeah, and I told this Brad, it's you can bring this guy down like no time.
Alright. What else
Alright.
you got?
Jean-Luc Brunel, a scout for young females, career models. This is a phone number that I don't think is in the book. David Copperfield, a magician, this phone number.
What's up with that?
He was in the house performing tricks, and if you subpoena him, he will say, well, they were his age or not. I'm pretty sure he's an important witness.
Okay.
Now, they were not naked when he was there, but I served them dinner,
Yeah.
Eva Anderson, former model and mother of the naked picture, is Eva Dubin, that's married to Anderson. Okay, this is the phone number. David Cook, I lost contact with him. He was the chef in Palm Beach. They used to fly with Epstein when I was in Palm Beach, 2004, 2005. Witness, interacted and chat daily with underage girls.
Gotcha.
This I compiled for Brad.
So that's pretty much everything.
This is it. I mean,
Alright, I just have a couple questions I need to go over from Brad. Just to reiterate, how'd you know what was going on with the girls? From you seeing them naked in the house, or?
well, the activity starts with a phone call. Usually it was the ones Alfredo, and they were going to be 3 girls. And Nicole, Joanne, clock. I need 2 massage tables. So I said, it was collapsible. So we used to run, put, and then disappear, because everything was supposed to be done, but we are not supposed to be seen in second floor. And when they leave, they used to go out to comedy shops or ice cream parlors or movies, a lot of movies, because they were babies. Ice cream and comedy and movies, nothing else in the house. And actually they went to somebody else cleaning the house. Hilda, I found this is gonna be trick for him. Oh. A second. So when they leave, we used to know that the disarray, the vibrators, creamers on the floor, there's no massage there, I mean, sex toys, all that.
So you used to see the sex toys and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Alright, because I read something in some of the police reports that Brad had in the files. You were in charge of cleaning some of these sex toys for him?
Yeah, let me find these cleaners, okay? Francis Pedron.
Okay.
He was in the house years before me. And when Epstein would leave the house, I would call it. She would come with an army of cleaners from top to bottom, and they will find condoms. They will find, this is another people.
After having these girls in the house?
Okay. I'm sorry, what was your question before?
I just have a list of questions here. Just to correlate with this information that you're giving me, how long ago was it that you were interviewed when you were subpoenaed? When was that?
Okay, the first time I was subpoenaed from Palm Beach Police Department, Palm Beach Court, and that was 2006, I think.
All right. And what about the FBI?
The FBI, a year after that.
A year after that?
Yeah, I was working with Mrs. Jonah.
And you told me about the computer that had all the images on it. You said that was downstairs?
Downstairs, yeah, next to the kitchen.
Next to the kitchen?
Yeah, Mrs. Maxwell's office.
Was that password protected?
I don't believe so.
So you could just go on there and see whatever?
I just turn it on, and you know.
And Epstein would sit at that computer?
And actually, yes. You know why I went to that computer? It's not because I was did something where I'm not supposed to. We lost power, and my computer was in the staff house. So I went to the main house. I needed to send some information after a hurricane or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a camera, take the camera, download it, and send the camera to Mr. Epstein, wherever it was. So this computer was working. And one day, my wife came to Palm Beach, and I said, "You want to see something?" And we saw the pictures here from.
Did you ever see any email addresses for the girls?
They are probably in those computers.
If they haven't been wiped out by that guy, right? Yeah. Who is... Look,
something interesting here. Vicky, and there's a Virginia here, and it says parents. Now, the son, can you look mom and parents?
Yeah.
These are very young girls. Why you have your parents' phone number next to it?
Circle that for me, will you?
Yeah. I just put that type of thing highlighted, but you will see that why I
circle it for me though, so I know so much stuff that you have. There you go.
And there's another one. You will see parents there. You come to think, mom, Amber, mom, and they tell mom, I'm in school. Now this is another one. Came to the house at 8:30 one night. I was coming from public with my groceries, and I saw a shitty car on the driveway, and I called the police. I went over there, and we came to the police, and I said, "Hello, police, let me see some ID." And I didn't know. They wrote a report, and the police, they said, "These people are not Masons, and they're young people trying to get sex." And it says Carolina house. So he was already listed on Epstein's private book.
Gotcha.
Okay. I'm trying to see if there's another Virginia here. What's the last name you said?
If you don't know off the top of your head.
No, it doesn't ring a bell. I'm sorry.
The only other question I have for you is, do you know if Epstein had any hidden cameras in the house?
Yes.
He did?
Yeah.
Where were the hidden cameras at?
One in the garage, and one, this is his bed, and he used to have an alarm clock, and what was always the shutters that were closed. He was crazy about somebody peeking, and this would project the time on the wall at night, and in there was a camera.
And what did he do with the videos? You don't know?
No.
But how did you know he had a video camera there?
I saw it on the internet. The police discovered those cameras.
Oh, really? Alright. But you don't know where any of that stuff would be or anything?
You know, if you contact the Citrix guy, you can subpoena him and he cannot lie. Because there's some records that they will stay, even if you erase them. I know a computer will say they're somewhere in the memory you can retrieve. Hopefully,
Okay.
And if he will tell the truth, he will say, yes, I was supposed to be doing this and that.
Anything else you think might be helpful that you didn't tell anybody about before?
Call me. Okay, you know my phone number. But I will aid to be in court, or they say, is this your handwriting, please? I don't know who's going to handle this, but it doesn't have my name. It's my writing, but I just want to put this behind it, and let's help each other.
All right, let me get you your money, buddy.
Okay, here. You want to take this?
Yeah, just leave it right there for now. I'll get your money. You can count it if you want. might as well give you this bag to take with you. You can't walk out of here with this kind of cash. Go ahead and count it, and while you're counting it, I'm gonna call Brad and see if he has any additional questions real quick before I let you go.